Okay. Hello everyone, I am Mulbre, the Cryptid Slime, and if you're watching on YouTube, welcome to my VOD. If you're here live, hi! We're doing Scene Investigators, and I've done all of the other parts. Some I did live on stream, some I recorded just for YouTube. I don't think any of them are available now if you guys are watching this live, but if you guys are watching this on YouTube, everything before this should be available already. Yeah, I have been enjoying this game so much. Like I when I first played the demo, I was like, wow, this seems really awesome. And then I read the reviews for it, and it was getting like so much mixed reviews where people were like either on this game is unplayable all the way to this game is fantastic. And it did kind of make me worried a little bit, but honestly, it's beautiful. It's fantastic. I love it. But we're on to the very last one, at least that I'm aware of. I keep forgetting to check to see if there's any DLCs, but for what I paid for it, it did have a good amount of content. Or actually, what I should say, my partner paid for it because he bought it for me. But we have the bonus one, Hughes Manor Feud. This is going to be the hardest difficulty yet. And with some of these, I did kind of have a mixed bag of results as to how hard or easy I thought it was. I think Bloodbath, I actually found Bloodbath to be a little bit easier than some of these other ones. And then, you know, obviously the 1 star was like super easy. Like the very first of the 1 star, I got that one right off the bat. That one was no mystery to me. But then as we went further, it was like, what? And then there was one I refused to do outright. I looked up the answers and I skipped it altogether. But hey, you know, let's get into this. Oh, it's thinking. It's doing a great and powerful think. Which I am hydrated. I am caffeinated. Situation. The accomplished CEO of a successful real estate firm passed away, and a somber wake took place at his house. Just a few hours after the mourners disappeared, another tragedy occurred, prompting a frantic call to the police. Piece together the events that unfolded and discover what happened. Well, I'm going to tell you guys what happened. Somebody finally snapped at these ridiculous real estate prices and did the thing. There is a house for sale in the town that I live in. It is a quarter or half the size, somewhere in there, of my parents' house, and they want 3 times as much. They want almost $300,000 for this place. Anyways, well, that was an ominous noise in real life. So right off the bat, obviously there's a bit of a blood splatter, but then there's like a dragging. And there's mud on the ground. Do we see any... Oh, were they dropped? Okay. So we're definitely going to jot this down as clue number 1, which, by the way, I am playing without assistance. So the game's not going to tell me if I find a clue, and the game's not going to tell me if I have an answer right or wrong. So first off, blood looks like someone fell or was pushed, and that they didn't die right away. Is there any blood on the handle? Okay, there's nothing on the handle, but it definitely looks like they were dragged. Okay, person was definitely dragged, because I imagine like they fell, they pulled them to here, had to drop them, open the door, and then finish dragging them out. Is this important? Or is this a visual glitch? Probably a visual glitch. Alright, an unused dining room. So nobody had made it quite into here yet. But food is missing. Ooh, that is quite a... Oh my goodness! Look at how fancy these people are. So fancy. They put their tiny tomatoes in a cup with a spoon. Oh my goodness. That is a level of class unseen to somebody normal. Oh, they're kind of cute. I like the style. Interesting. What? Okay, this is why they were murdered. Who puts caffeine in the corner? Unplugged, unready to go, no pot has been brewed. I take personal offense. Personal offense. Inaccessible. Okay. Well, let's see here. We do have 3 jackets and 1 is missing. I'm assuming 1 is missing because they did skip a hook. And this isn't the man's urinal, right? It's a coat rack. So we have 5-1. Meet with the district attorney. I'm only told that he wants to charge the whole kid even though he's a minor. Note, tell him that it's not likely to move forward. Dinner with Joseph Michaels 3 p.m. Dad left sniper at log cabin. Retrieve it. Sniper. Like a sniper rifle? Make sure to drive down next week and return it to him. District attorney appointed me as the prosecutor for Barley Davidson's case. Kyle Santino should have the initial files ready by 2 p.m. today. Call Daniel Riley 4 p.m. Meet up with Carlos Reynolds, Barley's family lawyer. Pick up Ruby 5 p.m. So those were crossed out. Pick up Ruby. Dad died. Cancel this week. Call Valerie when home. Won't be good to see Ruby. Okay, and then they canceled out the rest of the week. So they're not calling Alexander. They're not calling Nicholas. They're not picking up Ruby. She stays till the 8th. Okay, just clear out next week too. So a full 2 weeks has been cleared out. So what day did he die? Let's see, father died May 5th. He has a son. Or this, I guess this could be a daughter, but to me it kind of read as it being a son. Okay. I guess I could cross out son and just put child. But he has a child. What else we have here? Little candies, cough drops. A necklace. I'll miss you, Dad. So this must be Ruby. So the father's child has a kid named Ruby. But they're separated. Or I'm guessing he separated from the mom and the mom took the child. Vermin Defense, James Mendez. Rats and nasty things that crawl. We zap, shoot, and trap them all. It rhymes! Okay, that's good. There is State of Nevada Victim of Crime Program. So we can't look at that. It won't let us look at that. But I will write down 3 jackets, 1 missing. I will write that down. Hydration. Harmony Hughes. Okay, so this is a child. I don't think it told us the dad's name yet. Samuel Hughes. I just totally spelled Samuel wrong. Samuel. Goodness, I love how old these phones are. Oh. Quick messages. Do you remember to prepare your speech? Oh, do remember to prepare your speech by Friday. We will start preparing for the toast at 11 a.m. Hope that you can be there to help. So this is 5:13. So I imagine the toast is most likely regarding the father's passing because it's after his death. So I will take note of this number. And we do have a name for them, Felix. Because you never know when connecting the numbers might be important. 1492. Somebody named Felix. Which I will check the thing if there was another Felix there. So the owner of the phone says that hey Felix, I'll be back at 2, got some things to do. Felix says, I see, well, see you then. He then says, I will be away for an hour or 2 if you do some errands. Do let me know if you need anything. Hey, I can't with the way he says, do let me know. Phone owner, did you hear that shit during the speeches? Man, I'm sick of his attitude. So this is 3 days after the messaging with Felix. New phone number. So the plan is still in action, right? Phone owner. All 3 of us agree that he needs to be put in his place, right? No way I'm stopping now. We need to do it today. Phone owner. I can already imagine the look on his face when I pull up the dirt on him. New number. I can't believe we're going to do this. You know my son looks up to you. Phone owner. I'm sure he does. Phone owner. Where the hell is that little shit? So from this conversation with 348 288 4302. We don't have a name, but we do know that the phone owner there's a third person, so these 2 people plus the phone owner were in on something. They were in on getting dirt together. And then we have, you know my son looks up to you. And then where is that little shit? So I'm assuming the person that they've got the dirt on is most likely the son. So, has son. And then 3 people have dirt on him. And then they were doing this on the 16th. Okay. Oh, this was a deleted conversation. So with this we have 348 413 1311 deleted. Now, one thing I did notice is that all of these have the exact same area code, the 348. Right? That's... No, I think technically 348 is basically saying they're in the same country. So do we have keep Roger from drinking too much. Damian Goodman, James Goodman's son, is allergic to strawberries. Make sure he doesn't get any. Philip Braxton has slight lactose intolerance. So we got some names here. We got some good names. So we have Roger. Minimal drinking. Then we have... I'm going to put down James first. James Goodman. Has a son, and his son is Damien. Okay, so from the whole strawberries thing, I did actually see strawberries on the breakfast tray. And then we have intolerant. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying before I look at the other note here, there's strawberries here. There's actually strawberries right there. So if we're dealing with somebody who has fallen, excuse me, a bit of a frog in the throat. If we're dealing with somebody who fell, they could have consumed strawberries and started having anaphylactic shock. Evelyn Fletcher, Joshua Fletcher's mother, has early onset dementia. Alert Joshua in case anything happens. Roman's son is allergic to nuts. Remember William Riverside. So the Hughes are the ones who had the father die. We have an Evelyn Fletcher. So many people. I'm just trying to think to myself, why would anybody want to hurt? I'm assuming Damien at this point, because they were talking about a son, and we do have two sons, Joshua Fletcher and Damien Goodman. All we know about him is that he's a son. Then Roman has a son, but I don't think we've encountered a Roman. I will underline. I don't know if that's his first or last name. Allergic to nuts. So now we have three sons. Roman's son, Fletcher's son, and Goodman's son. And then there's a William Riverside. Okay, so that's everything from these notes. Interesting. cigarettes. Oh. Oh goodness, this must have been where they had their reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, potentially 9 places to sit. Used napkin. Oh my goodness, that is bright. Upscaling for the Boom by Gordon Rush Hughes. Oh, so now we know the father's name. Gordon Rush Hughes. We are going to go boom. Oh, that's a lot of reading. Alright, I got this in me. Quick sip. Sit up straight. Dear Felix, by the time you are reading this, I will have passed on. This letter is an additional note that I will to the will I have left behind. I have hired Staten Law to be an intermediary and supervise the distribution of the remainder of my wealth. This letter is to justify the thought process of what is to follow. Each son will receive points based on their employment status and the condition of their marriage or relationship. If they are unemployed, they will be given a negative point to their overall amount. This is because I don't tolerate laziness. If they have any job in general, they receive 1 point. If they have any government job, they will receive an additional 1 point. A middle management position gets an additional 1 point. If they are in a C-suite position or higher, they will receive 2 points to their overall amount. You know, sometimes these wills, I just think it's old people who get really, really bored and then they start writing their will and they have way too much fun writing it. So then it becomes sort of like a game. Like, how creative can they get with their will? Marriage is sacred to me, as it was to their mother. If they are single, they do not receive or subtract any points. If they are divorced, they have a single point taken from them. If they are married, they gain a point. If they've provided a family with even one single male heir, they gain an additional point. So basically, if they are married, they get a point. But if they've had a son, they get a second point. If they're divorced, they lose a point. But if they're divorced but have a son, then those kind of cancel each other out, I guess. Whoever shall have the highest amount of points will receive a 15% addition. Whoever shall have the second highest amount of points will receive a 10% addition. The third place shall receive the same. The final score shall receive 5%. So what this implies, there are 4 sons to follow based on their employment. Yeah, each son will receive points based on their employment status. It says nothing about daughters. I know that this may seem as an odd request, but my children understood my values as they were raised up. I'm proud of each one, but I always like to reward them allowance based on the chores they did. This is their final allowance. I know that you will follow my instructions without question, as you always have. However, I want you to know that with my death, your contract has come to an end. You are no longer required to work for the Hughes family, and I want to make sure that you feel no obligation. You are about the age of retirement, and I wish that you can live the rest of your life with your wife in peace. Therefore, I hope you carry out my last wishes, not as a butler, but as my good friend. So, Felix, which we do have Felix's number. Oh, that was the guy who was texting weird. Okay. So I kind of feel like, knowing now that Felix is a butler, I want to go back and recheck those messages to see if they kind of read a little bit differently. Okay, no, it does kind of have a little bit of a different air to it, knowing now that this is the family butler. This means that whoever owns this phone is one of the 4 sons. But who are the 4 sons? Interesting. I mean, the sons could have different names, but judging by the sound of it, they were raised together. He liked his pottery books. Thermostat. Well, I gotta see if I can touch the thermostat. No, I can't. And it opened, but oh, the darts are missing. Alright, I have no idea if that's important, but I will note the missing darts. What's this? Clifton's, where the best are served the best. Roger F. Hughes, sous chef. Roger, huh? Okay, so Roger was one of the sons. So we have Harmony, Samuel, Roger. Wait, how did I decide that Harmony was a child? What gave me that clue? Was it in here? Oh great, oh that's right, it was these little bags. Okay, so Harmony most likely wasn't a child. Harmony was probably married. Okay, I'm gonna have to say Harmony was most likely married to Samuel and that they didn't show up. So Harmony married to Samuel, didn't arrive. Oh. Oh goodness. I guess I should check it with my computer. What is this item? What? I have items? I have a phone and police notes. Oh my goodness. Officer's notes. And there's audio files. Those are new. Okay, among the total money to be distributed to the children, how much money was each son supposed to receive? Ellis, Roger, Glenn, and Roman. So now we know the 4 sons. So we have Ellis, Roger, Glenn, and Roman. Well then wait. Then who the heck is Samuel? Samuel's not a kid. Not one of his kids. Interesting. Who is the target of the blackmail? How many people were killed? Depending on the number entered, please fill in the sets of names of both victims and the perpetrator. Interesting. Well, let's look at the audio files since we're here.
What was the event about?
We held a gathering to honor the late Gordon Hughes at his mansion. His 4 sons each gave a eulogy. Food and wine was served. Then his will was shown, revealed to his 4 children. If you wish to see them as evidence, we have provided the recorded audio tapes and a copy of the will.
Where were you at the time of the crime?
After all the guests left, I cleaned all the mess they had left behind. After that, I had to go run some errands. Here are the receipts of what I had to buy.
Do you have any suspicions of who did it?
I don't want to believe any of them did it. I've known them since they were so young. But I also know it couldn't have been any of the guests, as I personally watched them all leave before I started cleaning. Also, the sons were all in the house as I left.
Okay, so that was really quiet. If you guys couldn't hear that, it was on the screen to read if you need to go back and replay and read. So from what the butler was saying, he said that it couldn't have been the guests as he personally watched them leave. Now, does this necessarily say the butler is not guilty? I don't know. Because we do have 2 people with allergies. So, you know, he could have fed them and been like on a little bit of a delay. But he's basically saying that all 4 sons were in the house when he left, that they were there for a eulogy, and that he doesn't think the guests could have done it. So we have the eulogies.
Welcome. We've gathered here today to honor the late Gordon Hughes. He was a dear friend and a dear father. We'll start our presentation of the eulogies with the successor of Gordon's company. Jonathan Reed, if you could stand up here.
Okay, so I'm just going to write down here real quick. Voice 1 is the butler. That's definitely the butler. The second voice is Jonathan Reed.
Gordon was never just my boss. Over the time I was given to know him, he became one of my closest friends and the greatest teacher I've had. When I was young, I lived like trash. I was down on my luck and penniless. Gordon hired me, gave me a chance, and told me how to conduct myself. The position I have today is because of him, and there's nothing I can do to express the gratitude I feel. Gordon's own path was also similar, though with different starting points. He had to struggle to make his way to the top. Hard work, humility, and support. His virtues are what he told me to take to heart. I hope I can embody these as I take up the flag that he left behind. I swear to make his legacy last. As the new CEO of the Hughes Property Group, I would like to extend an offer to Roman, Gordon's youngest son, to work as a manager for our company. Roman, you are a rising star in the real estate world, and I'm sure that your father would want you to work with us. How about it?
No, thank you, Jonathan. But I'm quite proud of my current work, and I'd prefer not to take orders from anyone.
Oh, I see. I shall give you time to consider the offer. Now I believe that Ellis, Gordon's eldest, is next.
Okay, I'm going to pause that real quick. What did he say? Youngest. Okay, youngest. Ellis.
Thank you, Jonathan. I wouldn't have minded taking that managerial spot you have, by the way. Yeah. Anyhow, you may already know me. I'm a former collegiate rugby player. St. Valentine University, represent! The MVP awards and state rings I won, the successes I had, were because of my pops, Gordon Hughes. As a kid, he was always there, encouraging me to chase my dreams, to chase the ball. Even if he's no longer with us in person, I will make sure to carry on his legacy and ensure our family's success. Thank you. Oh, Roger, you're up.
Hello, and thank you all for coming today. I just want to share some of my precious memories with my father. Back when he was still alive, he would often take Glenn and I out to hunt with him. We'd have loaded up the truck with our food, tents, and the guns. It was an experience. We were still young back then, but I remember the first time he... Sorry, it's just a little difficult. I remember that time we went... Thank you, Glenn. Thank you.
Sorry about that. It's been rough for all of us, I'm sure. I will continue Roger's testimony on his behalf. Our father would often take Roger and I hunting. Of course, we never caught anything until we grew a little older. Father was always there, showing us how to do things right. Often, we would have to only load the truck up with his prizes, but in time, we'd add to that pile. I remember Roger's first kill. He started crying. Yes, you did. Not because you were happy that you'd finally succeeded, but because you felt bad for the deer when you got up to it. Our father would then teach us the importance of each individual life. That deer would live on with us, and later within us. These life experiences he gave us led us to where we are today. Roger is now a successful chef. I, on the other hand, am a lawyer for the state. After Mom passed away, Dad resolved himself to give us as much support as he could. This wasn't just in our respective businesses, but in our lives and our own growing families. I think it really shows. Wherever you are now, Dad, thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Glenn. My father was a very successful man, like Jonathan said. Our grandfather's company was in the gutters when he got the position. What he accomplished with it was awe-inspiring. Like him, I decided to start with nothing as well. I wanted to climb the ladder with my own grit and sacrifice. I think Father appreciated that someone tried to do without. He was correct to put his faith in me. Roman Estate Co. is as successful as Hughes Property Group. Founding it was an endeavor, and to keep it running has been arduous. It's been like childbirth, something I thought only my wife would experience. Jonathan, as an aside, I believe that it's in my best interest to continue the great legacy that my father created, to continue his business modus operandi. I will buy out Hughes Property Group entirely. I'm sure I can find you a position as well. And that is all I have to say. Felix, back to you.
Thank you, Roman. Next, we have Gordon's closest friends, starting with Mr. William Darby.
Okay, family drama. Okay, that was that was a lot. So now I'm kind of wondering if Roman was the guy that they were discussing on the phone here. Because messages. Did you hear that shit during the speeches? Man, I'm sick of his attitude. So the plan is still in action. So if it's 3 versus 1, it could be Ellis, Roger, and Glenn against Roman. So that was the audio files. Now we have a phone list. And it was found in a suit on the 2nd floor. Do remember to prepare your speech by Friday. Okay. See you then. See you. I will be away running errands. Do let me know if you need anything. So 2 people knew that the butler was going to be gone. Hey, what do you want from me? I need to talk to you. It's important. I'm busy with work right now. Just leave a message. It needs to be in person. Fine. Meet me outside in 5 minutes. Okay. When was 5:12? And this was sent at 5:23. So I can assume whoever has 348715889 is most likely the victim. Or a victim. And then deleted. So the 2 people that were messaging each other and stuff is now deleted. 912-5766. So that was the 2 brothers, most likely. And then police officer's notes. Unknown victim, male, white, black suit, black dress pants, black tie, dirt on underside of body, as if body was dragged, covered in blood, bullet wound in his midline, forehead. Right hand ring finger and pinky finger looks twisted. Okay. Incident 1102. So it's the same incident. 7811 is the neighbor. That is none of the numbers that I've written down. Lorian Rayton. Around 5:30 p.m. saw a car drive out of mansion property. Unknown driver, red sedan, headed eastbound. I observed that there was no red sedan in the lot. So 5:30, that would line up with this. So got him out of the room, shot him, dragged him off. Oh, am I missing? No. Okay, that was everything from those. That was a lot. None of the other cases had any of that. Or if they did, I really put it into hard mode. So none of those are missing. There could be a missing knife. Two guns are... Oh, one gun is gone. There's scattered bullets. 9mm. So this must be for their hunting. Yeah, there's only one missing gun. And it's 9mm. found a 9mm shell. I found a shell, guys. Wait, if the shell is here, does that mean they were shot up here? Yeah, if he was shot at the waist. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Shot at the waist, fell over the railing, then was dragged out. Okay, what's here? Broken plaster. There's more broken plaster. So 2 guys could have been, yeah, they could have been fighting. Yeah, they were definitely having a tussle. Because the state of the affairs of the guns down here, right? This wasn't a planned attack. This was spur of, like, they were trying to get to these as quickly as possible. But yeah, they were definitely up here fighting. Oh, we can get in there. Oh, a second body. Keys. Rushing mark. So one of the people, there was a jingle of keys. Quiet second, boots click. Floor creaks. Okay, keys rattle. Gordon. Has keys. That kind of looks like a melt. There was definitely 2 victims. Yeah, if there's body markings here, then there definitely was a second victim. Otherwise, there wouldn't be tape there. I can go here. Well, I'm gonna say the first victim was most likely Roman. Just checking all the doors I can open. Oh, this is a, it's very green. Golf club. Nobody mentioned golfing. Super bet. Oh, this person was gambling, I assume. Alligators +2. Lots of super bets. Only $100. And they got 3 of them. Miller's Creek. Daniela Stream. Hey, hun. I'm almost heading out. Can't believe my old man is actually gone. Don't want to be too sobby in this, but man, this hits hard. On the bright side, I'll be rolling in the dough. Maybe we can finally settle down, just the two of us. I'll be in town for about 2 weeks, and this time I won't have to worry about having to constantly look for a job. These guys don't know what they're missing out on. See you then. I can't believe my old man is actually gone. And she's saying, hey, hun. So I'm not sure who hun is. I don't know, I'm confused about this. No ring. Ellis Hughes. Okay, so Ellis Hughes has a ring. New York State Rugby Championship. Oh, gosh, he was sending this to her. Okay. He is unmarried. Daniela Dream. Okay, so he is unmarried, rugby championship. But they're excited to not have to look for work. So this was his room. This is where Ellis was staying. Now, the notes said, this phone was found in the suit pocket of the body in the second floor. Okay, so this body, right, this body was on the second floor. It was found in his suit, so it was definitely one of the brothers. And it was the keys. So maybe it was Glenn who died? Hi, Mom. Diamond jumped up at one point and then like knocked a whole bunch of stuff down, and then this showed up. It hasn't been torn into.
Well, no, it was open. I'm thinking she had some partial bit.
Well, now, hey, if you're gonna come in, you at least have to say hi stream, or hi chat, or hi YouTube.
Hi! How are you guys?
Thank you.
Lovely weather.
Is it?
No.
It was hot.
It's hot.
Alright, now I need to just figure out who did what. So we have 2 bedrooms. I don't know if there's any way to really tell whose bedroom this was. Let's see here, what do we have? Among the total money to be distributed, how much was each son going to receive? I think I can say Ellis was definitely getting the least. They were definitely getting 5%. Roger is a chef. He was a chef. Glenn is a state lawyer. So I'm going to say that maybe Roman was going to get 15, and then these two were going to get 10. That's kind of the vibe I was getting. Although I don't think Roman... No. Yeah, Roman was married. Okay. Roman has a son. Okay, yeah, Roman was definitely getting the most. I'm gonna say Roman was the target of the blackmail. Okay, I think Roman killed one of the other brothers, because the picture I'm kind of getting here is one of the brothers came into his room, got killed. Roman came out, got shot by another brother. And then that guy got killed. But which brother did it? Obviously, the two who deleted each other's numbers were most likely the ones who did it. So, do you mention anybody's name? Okay, 8891 is Roman. So 5766 was definitely one of the killers, and 1311 was a killer. Does this phone mention any names at all? Can't believe we're doing this. You know my son looks up to you. Where the hell is that little shit? And this was at 5:42. So whoever that person was texting, they had a son. Like, nobody else really, like, Ellis is unmarried, no kids. I'm gonna guess Ellis, honestly. Yeah, because who are the two boys that went hunting? Okay, Glenn and I. So Roger and Glenn. So I guess maybe Roger, because he was the other hunter. And then this one was Glenn. Alright, let's see what happens. 2 out of 4. Yay! 50%, let's go!
Which is not advised. Loading Hughes Manor's feud. Loading complete. Good luck.
So I got 2 out of 4, and I have no way of knowing which 2 out of 4 I got right. So the only thing I can now guess is that potentially the other owner of the phone, the 5766 number, may not have been involved with the killings. Because if he was asking where's the little shit, he may not have known that the killing. Okay. Let's see. 2 out of 4. So the percentages are wrong. And the names are wrong. So I was right. I knew the names were wrong. On the total money to be distributed to the children. And that one is wrong. Yeah, I want to say that Roman still gets the highest percentage. But like, Roger Hughes isn't allowed to drink. He's the chef. We have Goodmans, Braxtons, Fletchers. Roman's son is allergic to nuts, so we know that's how we know he has a son. A Harmony and Samuel didn't arrive. So I'm going to assume that that means Harmony and Samuel is someone else's kids, which means somebody else has a son.
Which case file would you like? Loading Hughes Manor's feud. Loading complete. Good luck.
But like, how am I gonna know who had Samuel? Because even if we go up here and we look at like the bedrooms, yeah, inaccessible. In here, we're supposed to get, I mean, all we really got from this room was information about Ellis and that he was unmarried. That is all we got from this room, was that he likes to gamble and that he's unmarried. What is this saying? So he bet 500. I don't know what this 120 means. I don't do sports. Alligators +2. Okay. Gators. I don't know sports. I don't even know if these are real sports teams. Is it sports even? I'm assuming because Super Bet, like Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that one. But we do know he's unmarried. And that he would have had this room to himself. None of his clubs are missing. And I doubt the club being here actually means anything. Well, I guess if they were gonna dig up dirt, why would they want to kill somebody if they were trying to dig up dirt on them? Yeah, thanks, game, for telling me that the dead body tape was a clue. It says that there's a fourth clue in here. And the clue is not that we're a vampire. The damage to the wall. Well, you can't even justify the damage to that wall being the door slamming open. So there was definitely a tussle. I still want to say Glenn died. I want to say he died. And I want to say it was Roman they were after. Ugh, disgusting. Gonna make me go through the effort of banning Anne. Yeah, because if... no, because they found the phone on the victim's body. So you can't really say that Roman, like, went through the phone and knew that he was targeting this other guy. Or this other guy was targeting him. I do need to figure out percentages. So I'm going to say that Ellis is still going to get the lowest amount of 5%. I have no way of knowing if Roger or Glenn are married. Because we have the Goodman, the Braxton, the Fletchers. And then there's Harmony and Samuel. Which Harmony and Samuel both still have the last name Hughes. So there's somebody's kids. So whoever's kids they are, help raise their standing a little bit. I just don't know whose kids they are. daughter, but he is divorced. Uh-oh. Large, so we have coats and a large coat. I don't know if we're supposed to get anything from that. Other than that, rugby players tend to be huge, but... Okay, and then we have the living room clues. Still need to get those. Oh, there was some papers here that I missed. Alright, so this reads, I, Gordon Hughes, being of sound mind, not acting under duress or undue influence, and fully understanding of the nature of all my property and of this disposition thereof, do hereby publish and declare this document to be my last will and testament, and hereby revoke any and all other wills therefore made by me. 1. Personal representative. I nominate and appoint Felix White, a personal representative of my estate. Of my personal representative falls or ceases to so serve, then I nominate William Brandon Darby. Okay, so we know that Felix White did in fact do as was asked. Just gonna write his last name here. Not that I think it matters. We'll get that noted. First beneficiary, as chosen by Felix Daniel White with the following property, 5% of my overall wealth. So he gets 5%. Second beneficiary, Phoenix Daniel White, as... Oh, any charities. Okay. My friend and servant Felix Daniel White will provide additional feedback to Stanton Law in their analysis of each of my 4 children. These attributes, when analyzed and understood, will provide an additional 15% or 10 or 5 of my final 40% will of the 90% of my wealth to the respective son. Is that even, yeah, that does add up. Yeah, because it's 20, 34, yeah. These notes being rendered and carried out are my will. I hope to note that I have had a long life, and I wish in the next I shall be reunited with my wife. I hope the best to my sons and their grandchildren. May they be fulfilled in their lives, and may they stay united as a family. So, with that in mind, that definitely changes my numbers. Oh, I'm missing a clue in here. Okay. Ah, it's this one. That Rogers was a chef. That means Ellis gets an additional 17. So 17 plus 5 is 22. Roger gets 10 plus 16, so 26. Glenn gets 24. And Roman gets 28. Alright, I just want to submit to see if I did the math right this time. Yes! Yay! So I did have the initial breakdowns right. I was just missing the extra percentages. Silly goes. Which means I now just need to know who died. Well, we do know that the body was dragged, so they were trying to get rid of it. Oh my gosh, is this gonna be a they want their last names? I hope this isn't an issue where they need their last names. And then for the killer, I really do think it was Roger. Nope.
Which case file would you like to tackle? Loading Hughes Manor's feud. Loading complete. Good luck.
So I could try Ellis and see what happens. Because yeah, this game also doesn't like it when you spell names wrong. So it wasn't Ellis.
Which case file would you like to tackle? Loading Hughes Manor's feud.
And I mean, it could have been Ellis, and I could have it wrong that Glenn is not dead. But it was definitely three brothers against one. And one of them did say, "But my son looks up to you." Which means Ellis, no son. We know that Glenn had a daughter, but we don't know about a son. He only ever mentions a daughter. Which means that Roger might have a son. But who would he be looking up to? So Roger could have been talking to Ellis. Oh, hi, Cherry. How are you doing? I am doing good. I'm trying to solve a mystery. I need to answer these questions. And I'm trying to figure out who killed who. I'm like trying to base it off of some text messages here. Because in here, we have, so is the plan still in action? Which they're talking about blackmail. So but then he goes, where is the guy? So maybe Ellis wasn't involved at all? Because if he is texting Roger, who potentially has a son, because, you know, my son looks up to you. So if Roger is texting Ellis, and they're all after Roman, and so maybe Roman got into a fight with Glenn, accidentally killed Glenn, came out of there and then got shot. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Can I look up the answers? Can I just look them up? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna say Ellis most likely had nothing to do with it. And that it was Roger, Glenn, and Roman, who were all involved in the tussle. Yeah, so if Roman killed Glenn, then Roger killed Roman. But it doesn't like this answer. I've already tried this, and it didn't like it.
Manor's feud.
Okay,
Loading complete. Good luck.
well, we could try Glenn. Glenn was the other hunter. Ah, nothing like good old guessing. And then probably the hardest part about this game is it doesn't like it if you misspell. Gosh, darn it, it's not them.
Which case file would you like to tackle?
Okay. Okay. I'm doing a bit of a cheat. Doing a bit of a cheeky cheat. Okay. So since I have the first three correct, I got their percentages correct, I have the target correct, and I know how many people were killed. And they've got the lines blacked out, so I'm gonna look at the first set. Oh. Oh my. Well, that was a plot twist.
Loading Hughes Manor's feud.
That was
Loading complete.
unexpected. Okay, but why? So what they have is Glenn was the first victim and he was killed by Ellis. So then I assume Glenn would be the next one getting killed. Right, because he would have made a runner for it. Or no, not Glenn. Glenn's already dead. Ellis. Then who does that leave? So Glenn and Ellis are both dead. That leaves Roger and Roman. I guess let's do Roger. Okay, but like, why? Why? Why would Glenn be dead? Why would Ellis kill Glenn? Okay, let me check something here real quick. Okay, hold on, let me check something. Revise a business contract. Do we know what firm he works for? Because, so they specifically mention Stanton Law as being overseer. Call Felix for update. Santino. Okay. Met with district attorney. District attorney appointed me as the prosecutor of the Barley Davison case. Okay, maybe it was in... Nothing I can do to express the gratitude I feel as the CEO of Hughes Property Group. Okay, this is Ellis's testimony or eulogy. Precious memories. We'd go out hunting. That's something. Roger's first kill. A lawyer for the state. Well. Okay, so he just specifically says lawyer for the state. If he was potentially Staten Law, if he was potentially working for Staten Law, and was the whatever the word is, of this whale, then maybe Ellis, who was getting the smallest amount, had something against him. Because Ellis was only getting 17% plus 5%. Glenn. Yeah, Glenn was the lawyer. And that was an answer. It said he was the first victim. And it said that Ellis killed him. The only connection that I can figure out was if Ellis disagreed with the ruling. If he felt like he wanted more money. Because he had himself a bit of a side piece. He had himself a chick on the side. And if he wanted more money so he could run off with her, only to realize he's getting like the least amount. And then Ellis, then running from the scene. I think Roger is getting the second least amount. No, Roger's getting more than Glenn. Well, let's see what happens. It still says 3 out of 4. Making sure I spelled names right. Knowing me, I most likely didn't.
Which case file would you like loading, Hughes Manor's feud? Loading complete. Good luck.
Alright, I'm gonna check that I spelled names right. Because there was one case where that was the only reason I was getting questions wrong, was because I was spelling somebody's name wrong. Roger. I'm spelling Roger's name wrong. Who was the father's favorite? The butler? He's not his son, but I guess this means that was all of them. Okay, so it was the fact that I was spelling Roger's name wrong. I don't know. I don't think he had a favorite. He liked all of them. But I guess Roman? Yay! I got a question mark achievement. So we have a case file report. You guys ready for a lot of reading? I think I'm gonna need a sip of water before I get into reading this. Okay. On May 16th, 2003 at 1 p.m., a gathering was held to honor the death of Gordon Hughes. Friends and family of the late Gordon came together to pay their respects and share heartfelt eulogies. After the gathering concluded, the guests departed and Felix left to attend to some errands. The only individuals remaining were Gordon's 4 sons. Ellis proceeded with his plan to blackmail Roman. Roger and Glenn were also in on the plan, although with varying degrees of hesitation. They all agreed that Roman's comments were out of hand and disrespectful to their father's legacy. Of the two, Roger was more willing to follow Ellis, as long as his own 2 children weren't around to see the conflict. On the other hand, Glenn, after contemplating the consequences of their actions, warned Roman about the impending scheme, prompting Roman to leave the premises. Okay, so that explains the text message of "where's the little shit?" Because Roman was gone. He left. And then Ellis. Did I peg Ellis as being the one who had the kids? No, I have him as no son. So I got that wrong. He was the one who had the 2 kids that weren't there. Upon discovering Glenn's betrayal, Ellis confronted him, leading to a heated argument that escalated into a physical altercation. Losing control, Ellis pursued Glenn upstairs, causing damage to the walls and furniture, eventually ending Glenn's life with his own hands. Overhearing the commotion, Roger retrieved a gun from the hunting closet, fearing the worst, and confronted Ellis when he returned downstairs. After Ellis confessed to what happened, Roger reached a state of emotional distress now that Glenn, his brother and close friend, was killed. He snapped and fired 1 bullet straight into Ellis's head, ending his life instantly. Realizing what he had done, Roger panicked, dragging Ellis's heavy body outside before fleeing the scene. Okay, I didn't get that at all. I didn't get that at all. Okay, so yeah, basically, I guess if you go by off the text messages wondering where the guy was at, then that's how we know that Roman left the premises and that I guess somebody told him to leave. But how was I supposed to have figured out that Glenn betrayed him? I don't know how I was supposed to get any of that. But hey, that was still interesting. That was still fun. I still got 3 out of 4 on my own. For the 4th one, I did have to look up part of the answers to get going in the right direction.
Which case file would you like to tackle?
But that's it. That is the whole game. So that took 2 hours to finish. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. But it was fun, and I like this game. But that is all they have for it. Let me check real quick to see if they have. Let me look, game. Investigators. Oh no, it doesn't look like it. But they do have another game, Payne's Creek Killings. So I definitely will come back at another time to do that one on a different stream. But I am going to go ahead and end this one here. I only had plans to do this particular game, finish this out. So yeah, I liked it. And I hope you guys liked it. If you're watching live on Twitch, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. And if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And thank you for checking it out. So until next time, I hope you guys all have a positive day. Bye-bye.